Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. Scholars, we are in the new studio. I've got the sound system, though. I probably need to buy another Go XLR, mostly just because I'm stealing from over there. But the studio is set up, allowing me to do more fun things, including, the stuff like this, but also skits, because I'm going to be able to do this and have everything set up at all times, so it's easy, breezy cover girl. Little small technical things. I'm still working on some sound and all that stuff. But like I said, I wanted to give a shout out to everyone on the channel, because you supporting the channel allowed me to buy all of this junk and set up this cool little studio. So shout out to. And we're going to call out all the people who are, well, they're kind of losing their mind over this image, where it's going to be somewhere. I can't decide where I'm putting it, but this image is causing a mental breakdown of the, I wouldn't even say marathon fans, because I think at this point, people who like marathon aren't freaking out about this. It is literally the cult of Bungie is having a mental breakdown over a really well edited thumbnail. Like, it looks really fucking clean, but they're having a breakdown. And this is not the first time we've seen breakdowns. Hell, I'm still seeing, every time I make fun of or react to anything about marathon, I get comments like this. Just people just losing their fucking mind in the comments section. And it's not like, it's not like I'm out. You know what? I think the comments speak for themselves. Just people who are desperate for marathon to be good, which is funny, because there is nothing that screams no confidence in your choice to like something. Like, if you have to go crazy, like, it's easy to hate something. Like, people always hate something. Hell, I think a good example is like Cracker Barrel, when they changed the image or their logo. People lost their shit over that, and they threw a fit about it. And of course, they changed it. But that's a perfect example that there's always going to be something that people are going to like. But we're talking about something that people are confident in. If you like it or enjoy it, why the fuck are you tripping the fuck out about a thumbnail, a comment, a title, or in this case, an image on Twitter? Nothing screams, I'm not confident. I am scared that marathon will be bad. And that's what all these people are showing, is that they're not confident in the game. They're not, especially content creators who are literally, their jobs are depending, because Destiny's already dying. So it's very obvious that in the Destiny world and the Bungie world, content creators are absolutely desperate to have marathon succeed, because then they're just shit out of luck. But you just see this weird hive mind desperation where people are just, you could criticize the game and people are like, no, you're wrong. The art style is amazing. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, nothing there. It is, nothing screams, I'm not confident in my choice of the game. I'm not confident in the game itself. I don't think it's going to succeed, because people who are confident in their choices don't have to be online desperately trying to convince people that they're wrong for hating it. That's the sad thing. Anytime you see someone desperately trying to convince you, like, I see so many bots talking about Arc Raiders, like, Arc Raiders is dead. That's someone that's not confident in marathon. Like, the game's not even out and you're already trying to act like the Arc Raiders is going to die. Trust me, based on some of the stuff that's come out about Arc Raiders and their choices for dealing with exploits, I think Embark will decide to kill the game themselves, right? Marathon doesn't need to touch it, right? Let Embark do that to their own player base. But yeah, this image is going around and people are losing their fucking mind. So let's jump in and just see how people are reacting. Get your popcorn out. I will continue to make videos like this where I react to people losing their mind, because it's so funny. Sure, it's very prototypical of people hating on things, memeing on things, and making jokes out of things. That's pretty normal. Yeah, but what's not normal is these mental breakdowns over again. It is crazy. It is crazy. So we're gonna absolutely jump through it and eat good. By the way, I'm gonna continue to make fun and joke at the expense of not people who enjoy a marathon. You're confident in your choices. You're ready for a good game. Shout out to you. I'm just gonna make fun of the people who are literally losing their mind. All right, let's jump into it. I like that this guy reposted his own comment. The Concord verse is fire. I love this guy because he is desperate. He is absolutely putting gas on the fire just to piss everyone off. Black Hokage saving this tweet just in case Marathon does fail as proof. Some are rooting for its failure before even ever touching it. So this is a fallacy, by the way. We don't live back in the 2000s where you can't just say, oh, I looked at the Game Informer. This looks like this game is ass. We not only have people play tested, but people have seen for their own eyes. You can absolutely determine whether a game is good based on watching other people play. Like people got to watch the Burnt Peanut, who is a actual extraction shooter player, play the game. And if they're not convinced by some of those gameplay, then if they don't like it, they don't like it. Again, this is someone who is going to complain, and if the game doesn't do well, that says more about the game than it does the people who don't like it. When things go bad, folks love to revise history like they weren't asking for the outcome. No, what people want is they want shitty games to die and they want good games to thrive. That's the difference. No one asked for fucking Marathon. Even the developers who came out and said, we didn't want to make this. Like when your own developers tell you that the higher ups do not even listen to them and what they wanted to do, I think that says everything. I'm actually living a fucking nightmare. Yes, you are. Gamers are now picking and choosing games to massacre before they even release. No, gamers are massacring shitty games or games that aren't what they wanted because gamers are tired of being treated like pay pigs. See, people are growing more respect for themselves. It's a gamer revolution, and I'm here for it. I want to see more games get shit on. I want to see more people lose, more studios shut down, because if you're not going to deliver a product, just like everything else in the capitalist world, if you don't provide the consumer what they want, you don't deserve to exist as a company. This is what every game is going to look like in the future. No. What's going to look like is you're going to have more Expedition 33s, Baldur Gates, Mugenics, Black Myth Wukong, Pow World. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see more of that and less of, shitty Black Ops, Marathon that people don't like, Concord. Let's be honest. You're probably going to still see Marathon reboots, like versions-esque, but you're going to see less of Concords, like true-esque Concords. By the way, just so to make it very clear, I don't actually think Marathon is a Concord. I just think it's fucking funny because it triggers every fucking Bungie cult like fanatic. It literally trips them out. So it's funny as fuck. Dude still losing sleep over Concord. It sounds like you're losing sleep over people calling Marathon Concord. Actual ass clown post. Imagine hating a game solely to engage farm. Comical loser mentality. Must be an actual zero IRL. See, this is funny. This is why people do it, is because people like you are having an emotional reaction. And it's just funny because while people like me are just having a good laugh and having a good time, drinks up, people like you are absolutely getting triggered, and it's ruining your day, which is even funnier because it's like, bro, you need to go touch grass. Marathon will escape the curse. I would be lying if there isn't a part of me, just a very micro part of me, that is kind of cheerleading for Marathon. I know that sounds very heinous of me, especially since I hate Bungie, but part of me kind of wants to see one of these games break the curse. Just a little, just for the wow factor. Siege, definition of miserable. I mean, if you're having a reaction to it, yes, you are miserable. Tau Seti Dad. God, I love bot accounts. We've seen an uptick of bot accounts for this just literally in 2026, and they're desperately trying to provide some kind of hype when the wider game audience obviously still is shitting on Marathon, which is probably why you're seeing content creators and the cult of Bungie desperately try to go against it. Like Highguard has set a bar to show that the wider gaming audience has power. And that's what's making people terrified, because they know if Marathon doesn't pop off, it will die. Games being dead on arrival, being considered Concord-like, is the funniest shit in the world. It is funny. It's hilarious, and it's funny to see the mental gymnastics that journalists and developers are trying to. It's like, oh, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. We're consumers. Guess what? Your job is to cater us. People are like, gamers are entitled. Yeah. Hello? Go to any other industry, any other business, and do you think that they're not trying to cater and try to get people in? Yeah, they're trying to cater to their consumers. Welcome to capitalism, miserable losers. These people are the worst thing to happen to gaming, and it's not even close. No, these are the best thing to happen because you're going to see more people deliver. In fact, we saw the pushback start with Battlefield and Call of Duty. People getting tired of the being forced slop, and it forced Activision to make some changes to cater to the gamers, though it wasn't enough because after playing it, everyone's like, this campaign is dog shit. And the overall package should have just been a DLC. So gamers are pushing back. You're seeing results. You're seeing actual competition. You're seeing change. And that's what we need. We continue to apply pressure, continue to hold these companies accountable. And if you're not going to deliver what the gamers want, then you don't get fucking money and you don't get to exist. This is the best timeline for gamers because we're getting great games like Mugenics, Baldur's Gate, Pow World, Expedition 33. These games are flourishing and we're going to see more of them. And I am so excited to see AAAs get their ass handed to them by indies. One of the biggest loser counts in the gaming space. Sure, whatever makes you helps you sleep at night. Again, people they're getting triggered by a beautiful thumbnail. You don't have to agree what's on the thumbnail. It's just a really fucking nice thumbnail, like really well designed. Damn, y'all really turned Concord into a phrase to describe games that are seemingly dead on arrival. It's really sad, and I want Marathon Horizon to be good out of spite. This incessant hating is not good for the video game industry. Again, it is good. It is fantastic because it's going to force developers to stop making shit that no one wants. I'm going to make an artistic bullshit that I want. Well, if you're not going to create what people want to buy, you're going to end up like in the cities where there's a bunch of shut down stores because they failed to deliver what the consumers actually wanted at the value, by the way. And that's a big thing right here. We're talking about the value proposition where they're demanding full price, increase in prices and overall, like $80, $70 games for shit that could have been an expansion, shit that's half cooked, buggy, messy. Let's be honest. This shit is not acceptable. So I'm all for it. Viva la revolution. So now the gaming community is going to be flooded with people who hate on games they have no intention of playing just to get some quick, cheap likes on social media. The people are a joke, and I hope that real gamers and developers ignore these idiots. Well, I hate to tell you that when the wider game audience decides, and guess what? Highguard is a perfect example. The wider game audience spoke with their wallets. You can say whatever you want about people on social media. At the end of the day, people decided not to play Highguard. They decided not to invest in the game, give money to the game through the microtransactions and whatnot. That game died because the gamer voiced with their time and their wallet. And guess what? There's not a fucking thing you can do about it. You can sit there and bitch and cry and just sit and rotate because that's what happens when the gaming audience decides that a game is not good. Doug, the folks with no games to play are creating narrow pathways to dislike new games before they've even had a chance to play them. Again, you don't have to play them. Now that we have access, now it's not like a situation like Highguard. You could be like, okay, we've only seen like a clip and then they hit everything and then people decided it was Concord. But people like 10K people jumped on and played. People gave it a try and then immediately dipped. So you actually saw people still attempt to play it. Hell, I even played it. I liked it, even though it was very generic and not complete. But this whole concept that we have multiple outlooks and Bungie themselves posting on Twitter different clips of the game, you can feasibly come to a conclusion whether something is good or not. Like there's this weird delusion that you like, oh guys, since you didn't play it, you can't have an opinion on it, and that's just not true anymore. Sure, there are some games that are better played than watched, but you can see what you're going to be getting into. There's some experiences that you can get just by watching. Gunny Gopher, if you judge games you've never played, you're not a gamer, you're just you're cosplaying one. No. By the way, this is a stupid, absolute retarded take. Guys, if you've never played the game, so you have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to play every game that comes out. You can't. So tell me, do you go into your local McDonald's and buy everything on the menu before you decide, that doesn't look good? Well, if it doesn't look good, like if you didn't try it, how can you say it looks good? Or when you go shopping at your local Walmart and you look at a shirt, do you try every shirt on before deciding that it doesn't look good? Of course you don't, you dumb bitch. By the way, if you didn't tell, this is just a literal roast. This video might as well be titled "The Roast of the Marathon Cult Boys," because they deserve to be roasted. Joel, these people are not gamers. Wishing games fail or fail to meet expectations. Iron waiting for them to drop just to dunk on them. It's not something any real gamer would do. This is hella corny and weird. I hate that Twitter has done to gaming discourse, which is funny. Highguard proved that it's just not Twitter. Like this is desperate narrative directing, saying, Twitter is the reason why games die. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, Highguard failed. The relooted game that came out that was like super racist, and like watched an African American guy. We both had the same reaction when the dialogue came through. We're like, that's fucking racist. Like, it's that kind of concept that you don't have to be on Twitter to come to the realization that something just isn't good. But again, this is the mentality, is that you're not a gamer because you don't spend thousands of dollars playing every game. You might be able to argue that back in 2000s where you had to go to GameStop and there wasn't really much information besides, Game Informer or watching on the trailers for the game, and that was pretty much it, word of mouth. But now that we have a visual, watching people literally play the game, this is no longer an argument. Your argument is that of the past. We are now in the future of gaming, and now the gamers are demanding better, as they should. Unless you're going to make things cheaper and more affordable, and you're going to give people what they want, guess what? You're going to get criticized and you're going to get shit on, especially when you have other competitors that do it better. Concord was a great game, and I'd absolutely be playing it today if I could. You know what? Respect. No, seriously, that's me saying I liked Halo 4. You just dick out. You don't care what anyone thinks. You just play it. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. Don't care what people think. I'm playing it. ATP, we know this is a brain dead graphic created to rage bait people, and yet you're still on Twitter talking about it. Plain and simple. I just hope the greater gaming community willing to try Marathon in 26 has the mentality, maturity to develop their own opinions while outside influence. Time will tell. I mean, the fact that you are afraid that people are not going to like it, that you think that, like, the whole setup of this, it shows that you are not confident in Marathon. Shady. Wanting something to fail is truly pathetic to see. Why are people now wanting games to flop? Literally a bunch of fucking losers. Again, people want shitty games to die, and they want good games to thrive. Helldivers is a perfect example. A game that is dying is Highguard. Isn't that interesting how that works? This is the most retarded shit I've ever seen in gaming discourse since the "it was murdered" method on YouTube. Why you want your hobby to fail so bad? No. People want it to thrive. They want to get the shit out of here. It's like a pile of manure is blocking the way to the gates of paradise. You want that shit cleaned off the road. You're such a fat fucking lord. You gotta know when they start directly insulting you that you hit them, you poked a nerve. Again, people like this show that there is a reason for people to be scared that Marathon is not going to be successful. Again, these people are showcasing they are not confident in their decision to like, buy, or want to consume Marathon. Folks getting paid on Twitter definitely is ruining games. Yeah, that's what it is. They don't even play the games, just trash them to get paid. Again, it's the mental gymnastic narrative, like, oh, you're just wanting to get paid. Or maybe people just don't want to see shitty games. The sheer amount of misery in the gaming community now is just disappointing. Everything must fail. Nothing new can ever happen. I don't know how these people function. Well, they're busy playing games like Helldivers, Black Myth of Wukong, Arc Raiders, Expedition 33, Eugenics, which is popping off. In fact, it kicked Highguard's ass with like 100K on Steam. So like, huh? What are you talking about, little Jimmy? Again, your argument immediately fails. The whole situation is debunked because we actually have evidence, actual evidence of games thriving and being successful. It's just the shitty ones that die. Highguard still has an active player base on console and a fan base on Steam. Also didn't shut down after less than 2 weeks. No, but they did lose almost all their employees. They also, you can no longer go to the Discord. They've removed their Twitter. They've removed their website. I mean, let's be honest. Saying it's 2.0 is actually pretty fair. Like, it may not have been the first 2 weeks, but it is the new version of Concord. Like, it is setting a new bar of like how long you can live. I don't think anything will ever replace Concord as Concord, except I just don't. But you can have levels of Concord. When I think Highguard is becoming that. It's like the next version of what's more realistic. A couple weeks of survival. And they might just coast off it for the rest of the year to make what money they can, because they did say that they had a roadmap for the year and content already made. So they might milk it for a year before shutting down, similar to like Suicide Squad. Like, people act like there isn't other games to compare. Suicide Squad, Marvel Avengers, all these games literally shut down because of the failure to meet the demand of the consumer. New user. People try so desperately to label new games the new Concord, but it doesn't work because none of them compare to the extensive and ludicrous amount of time, money, and development choices that lead. Again, this is fair. I think the Concord is just the template of the name, but the reality is this is just a trend of games that are coming out, dying, and you're seeing layoffs. And I do think that when it comes to Marathon, if Marathon doesn't thrive, you will 100,000% see people either lose their job at Bungie or they will be absorbed into Sony itself. The real ghost. While I see and understand the others failing, I have a feeling Marathon will be successful, more successful than people think. Way more successful. Also, play the game before judging it. I figured I wouldn't like Highguard, but I still gave it a shot. Make your own judgment. See, the difference is Highguard didn't really have gameplay for you to really judge. We have hours of gameplay that are out there you could go watch of Marathon right now. Especially the Burnt Peanut, a professional, I would say professional, but someone who's actively playing in the extraction genre and seeing how he plays and how he interacts. Let's be honest. Like, again, I hate these fallacies because we have proof in the pudding. It's Dave TV. The hate for Marathon and any new game coming out these days is so forced. God forbid we pray for a game success that when it's actually set at a good price, multiplayer playtest, stacked VAs versus AAA slop, which is funny because this is true. Like, for some people, this is AAA slop. I mean, who gives a shit if it has great VAs? It's a fucking extraction shooter. It's a shooter. It's a hero shooter. Like, the vibe myself thing, like from playing it, it feels more like a battle royale than an extraction shooter. Like, it wants to be a battle royale. Like, and that's someone who's actually fucking played the game. Remove Marathon here. It doesn't deserve to be here. I don't know what all your problem wanting this game to fail. Wait and play the game at open beta. Again, I think you can come to a conclusion, but I would encourage people to try, which, let's just sit here and have a conversation. People are going to play this, and if it gets absolutely negative press, people are going to try to spin a new narrative up. Oh, people just played to hate on it. Let's think what else. They've only played an hour. They don't know. What else? Damn, I'm trying to think of what kind of shitty excuse these people are going to try to come up with if the beta test. It's just a beta. It's not the full game. What else? Think in the comments down below. What is the goalpost that these people are going to do once people actually play it? Because now the post is right. The goalpost right now is you haven't played it. Well, when people actually play it, and if they still see negativity, what do you think the new goalpost is going to be? Because absolutely, they're going to move it. Illwave, gamers are the ones killing games. No, developers making shitty games are killing games. Why do gamers actually try to bring down game? Marathon isn't even out yet. I'm tired of this toxic environment that plagues the space. I love this space. It is time for gamers to take back our zone. We spend a premium. We want to get off work or whatever to play a game and have a good time. We are tired of half-baked ass shit. That's right, half-assed shit. It is time to rise up, my gamer brothers and sisters. I feel like I'm about to start preaching to the choir. No, seriously, it's this is the best timeline where we're seeing indie games thrive and we're seeing AAAs literally die. And I'm glad that they're starting to lose money. They're starting to realize that they can't treat their consumer like shit, that they have to give and meet demand. If you don't meet demand, you will die as a company, and you should. Cut Bear, gamer culture isn't the problem, guys. Trust me, it's not. You are. Maddox, I will never understand why people get excited about the prospect of seeing something feel weird. Probably for the same reason why it's weird that you suck so much Bungie dick. I know you're not used to people. You don't like when people are critical of a product. We know. We see you. We know. But guess what? People have more respect for themselves than you. People who want good games, they don't eat shit. They're not shit eaters. We are coming to an era where we're no longer becoming shit eaters. And I love it. I love it. And you got these old guard that are desperately trying to eat whatever shit is put out there, and they don't like criticism. That's why I continue to criticize and also make fun of them because, well, they spin in circles screaming, "Ah!" And it's kind of funny. Frostbolts. Props to the effort put into the rage bait, but Marathon will not be another Concord. You gotta love these content creators who are, again, you could have ignored it, but the fact that you reacted to it tells me that you are very concerned for a Marathon. That's the funny thing. You say it's rage bait, which you could have ignored, but the fact that you're talking about it means it's not just rage bait. It's a reality that can be true. Holy is gay. What? Remember when people talked about games they liked? Remember when people didn't formulate opinions based on crowd approval? Some of my favorite games growing up were very flawed. Some I would even call bad, but I still took time to play them myself so I could articulate why. You know, people did Mangenics. Like, do you want me to keep repeating the gate and most recent games? Because we could do this all fucking day. We could even go back in the past and talk about some of the shit that was bad, like Dragon Age Veilguard, wherever it is. That was awful. But you know what one point was great and was buggy? Skyrim, because it was made for fucking gamers. So we could play this game of, we used to be in the day and age where you could be outside of GameStop with a bunch of military dudes playing Black Ops. It was made for fucking gamers. It wasn't made to make just a buck. It was made for fucking gamers. So we could play this little game of, well, I'm back when I was a gamer. Well, guess what, bitch? I was a gamer too. In the old days, we'd call games XYZ clones to celebrate earlier games that already perfected a genre. Doom clone, GTA clone. Now we're calling games like Highguard, Concord clones when they bomb as spectacular as it did. You've done this to gaming AAA industry, not us. Exactly. I think Will is absolutely correct. We used to, like, even Dark Souls clones. Like, there's multiple Dark Souls clones that aren't bad, that people are like, it's a whole genre. But now you have the Concord genre, which is just where they put bad games or games that are usually just there to try to get money as a cash grab and not actually provide gamers what they want. Yeah, there's hundreds and I won't say thousands, but there's like hundreds of these comments. And as you can see, most of them are people who are triggered. Most of them are people triggered at this picture. And it tells you everything you need to know about the cult of Bungie, that if you are not confident in this game, you're freaking out about this. And it's hilarious. I'm here for the ride, whether it succeeds, whether it dies, whether it just survives. I'm here for it. But I'm glad to finally see that gamers are tired of eating shit. And I want to see more. I want to see more pushback. I want to see more demand. I want to see people expect more from the money that they spend, and just not eating whatever shit comes out there. Remember, you're a consumer. You owe no one anything. You can criticize. It's an open market. You can criticize. You can hate something. You can dislike it. You can love it. You do not have to listen. These people are having emotional reactions and breakdowns and losing their mind because they're not confident in their purchase and their decision to consume this product. That's their problem, not yours. If you want to be vocal about what you like and don't like, continue to do so, because as a consumer, as a gamer, you have every right. You are entitled, because as it comes into the wider market, the consumer is always right. The developers, the business that's trying to make a buck, if they want your money, they will go where they can get money. You don't go fishing where there's an empty pond. You go fishing where the fish are. And that's the same thing for gaming. And people are going to learn the hard way. And it's good. I'm glad we're starting to see crash outs, breakouts, and I'm going to continue to celebrate the victories and continue to push my side. I'm going to continue pushing for it because we demand better. We expect better. It's one thing. Life already sucks. Your video games don't have to either, right? We can expect video games to be good even if life sucks. You know, politics, the world, and there's so many things out there that just suck. But our games don't have to be. And we can expect better. So I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, don't forget to game out, hit the like button, comment down, and subscribe for more. As always, viva l'evolution! I'll see you next time. Game out.